Hi and welcome to this tutorial. This tutorial is going to be using a rocket, and we're going to use a particle emitter and make it look like the exhaust of the rocket is heating up as well. Okay, the particle emitter will be for the fire coming out of the rocket, and then we're going to use some surfacing techniques with weight maps just to make it appear as if the rocket is heating up, the exhaust is heating up. Okay. So what we'll do, first thing I'll do, is just load the rocket in to layout. So just go File, Load, Load Object, and it's going to grab the rocket. Okay, I'll just go up here and turn VPR on. Okay, grab my camera. I'm just going to move it in. Okay, I'll move it down. Move it in. Now if you want to change the grid size, okay, it's on view already there, view. I use the bracket keys, it's the left and the right bracket keys to the right of the P key on your keyboard. But you can, it shows you the shortcut there, see? So if I increase the grid, but if I decrease the grid size, see how it becomes more manageable with my camera. Okay, so I'll just zoom out a bit. Okay, so there we go, here's our rocket so far. I've left the bottom part of this rocket here, the exhaust, with just the default texturing. Okay, we're going to change the texturing in a minute. Okay, I'm going to take this over to Modeler, and we're going to apply some weight maps. So what I'll do, I'll just click on my rocket and I click up here on Modeler. Well, I should go over to Modeler, which was already open. Okay, just going to go down here so I can see it a bit better. Okay, so I've got my rocket there. Okay, my exhaust fins. What I'm going to do is just going to turn that to weight shade. Okay, there's no weight on there at the moment. I'll just see there's no weights there. No. Okay, I'm going to create some weights, and we'll be able to use the weight information for the shading, so we can make it look like it's hotter at the bottom and it gets cooler as it goes up. Okay, so I'm just going to use the right view here, and first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I'm on points down the bottom. I'm going to right click with my mouse. I'm just going to drag around these bottom points here. Okay, so there's the bottom points, and down here it's got W for weight. I'm just going to go new. I'm going to create a new weight, and I'll just call this rocket exhaust. Oops, hit the wrong key. There we go. Right, you guys would have seen that before me. Okay, so it's going to create the initial value at 100%. I go create. Okay, you notice you can see the red. The red is the amount of weight that's on the particular object, and it slowly fades off there. We could just leave it like that if you just wanted the ends to get hot. Okay, but I'm just going to go through now. I could have selected all these and put 100%, but I'm going to change the percentage as I go through. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to hit the / key on the keyboard to deselect all those points. Okay, now it's going to right click. I might just go up. Just go through here. There we go. I'll grab that amount of points, and now to add it to that same weight map, this sounds funny, but I'm going to go new. Okay, and say I make them 80%, but I'm going to click on there and I have to select the rocket exhaust. Okay, so it will add it to the same weight map. Okay, and I'll just go create. So that's at 80%. I'll just shut that down for a second. Okay, now I need to deselect those. So I'm just going to hit the / key on the keyboard. Okay. Okay, I'll just grab, say, I'll grab that many. Probably a bit more than I probably really want, but that'll do. There we go. Now again, I'm going to go down here to new. Change it to rocket exhaust, so it applies to the same thing, and this time we might try 40%. Go create. Go OK. I'm going to just shut that down. Okay, so this thing I'm going to deselect that by hitting the / key on the keyboard. You'll notice that it's not quite as red. Okay, and I'll just grab this top one. I'm just going to go shift and left click and make sure I've selected all of those. There we go. And go new. Rocket exhaust, and these ones can be 20%. Go create. And / deselect. There we go. So I've set up my weight maps. Okay, so it's stronger down the bottom and it slowly fades off up to the top. So I'm going to make it look like it's hotter here, and it's not quite so hot up the top there. Okay, so I'm just going to switch back to layout. I'll just save that. Hit the S, or you can go Shift S. Save a version. Switch back to layout. You won't notice any difference here at the moment because all we've done is apply the weight map to this surface. Okay. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to get my surface preset editor up here. Oops, sorry. Okay, so I'm just going to go Window, Presets. Oops, sorry. And have a shocker. Surface editor. Okay, so used to the shortcut, see? And engine bottom, which is the default. I'm just going to use a preset for that as well. I'm just going to click on Window Presets. And I'm just going to go down to metal. Just going to grab this default metal preset here and go yes. There we go. Give us a metal type look. I know that'll be alright. We'll just leave it as it is for now. I'll give you a closer look. I'll just grab my camera and we'll just drag it in. There we go. So that's what we're looking at so far. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is just going to get the surface editor back up, F5, and engine bottom is what we've applied it to there. Okay, so I'm just going to do a couple of things. Okay, so the color, I'm just going to click on my texture map there, color. Okay, and I'm going to add a gradient. Okay, so if I click gradient and the input parameter, change to weight map. Okay, and I'm going to select weight map rocket exhaust. Now I'm just going to add a couple of different things here. So if I click on this one, I'm just going to make it orange. Okay, you can probably just get away with that. Make that, I click on orange, but I'll make this one a bit lighter as well. Okay, actually I might just get rid of that one. Okay, I'll just make that one there white. Okay, I'll just alpha that out. Okay, so it has no effect. So now we're getting this gradient happening, and it's using that weight map. Okay, so it's going to be stronger down the bottom and less up the top. So something like that would be fine for that. Okay, but we wouldn't want it like that from the start. Okay, because we want it to heat up, look like appear like it's heating up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on my layer opacity here, click on the envelope, and we'll just say over first 20 frames. Okay, nothing is happening, and then from 20 to 60 we'll get it to heat up. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, once I've just added those keyframes in, go here, select that one. Now this one here, I'll right click around these two, like so, their value 0. If it's just an A on the keyboard, that'll line up, but see how it's bending down there? I'm just going to fix that up. I'm going to go to tension. This will tension this out. I'll just put one in, will do. Let's see how it's straighten that out. So now it'll, from 0 to 20, it won't affect it, and then it'll change colour from 20 to 60. Okay, I'll just shut that down to show you what I mean. Okay, if I can go down, oops, I'll just shut that down for a second. Okay, shut that one down. So now if I move this along, but then you'll notice as I go from 20 to 60 it changes colour. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to my, so that's the colour. Now I want to do the luminosity as well. Okay, so I'm going to click on the luminosity. I'm going to click on the envelope button. Okay, actually no, what I need to do first, sorry, I don't want it to apply the whole thing, I'll just shift. Okay, luminosity, I'm going to click on the texture button as well, and I'm going to go gradient again. See how the whole thing's luminous at the moment. I'm going to put weight map, and I'll select rocket exhaust. Okay, so it's going to use that weight map for the information, but what I'm going to do is go down here and okay, so let's go 0 at the top. Okay, I'll just go 0 again there. There we go, just drag that down. Okay, drag that down a bit. Okay, so you can just sort of play with it. You can add some more nodes in if you want to get it closer, so I could add one in here, and I'll just 0, that one could be like 50. Okay, there we go, so you can play with it like that. Okay, so that's the luminosity, so it's really putting the luminosity up. Again, we want it to happen over time. I want it to be the same as the last one. So if I click on envelope for layer opacity here, I want it again at 20 and 60 keyframes. Okay, and we'll right click, select those two, value 0. Hit A on the keyboard just so it brings all the keyframes into view. Well, they should still be selected. Put the tension to 1. Okay, so now those two should be working together. They'll be getting luminous and changing the colour as well. Okay, so that's how we get the colour happening. Now one more thing for the colour. You can play with the colours, that's probably a bit too orange, but anyway, I want to add some glow on as well. So I'm going to go, for this, going to go to advanced, the glow intensity. So let's go, click on the envelope straight up. Again, I'm going to line it up, so 20 and 60, so the glow will match the as it gets hotter, or glow. So I'm going to change the value at 60, change it up to 100. Okay, again right click around these two, tension to 1. There we go. Now, so now you won't see the glow here, we'll have to render it out. Okay, but it'll start to glow more as it gets hotter. Okay, and one other spot you need to turn the glowing on. Okay, because if I quickly rendered this out, let's go to frame 60, render, let's render the frame. Okay, there's no actual glow there, don't worry about the jagged edges at this stage. I need to go up to Window, Image Processing, and Enable Glow, and you can turn the glow up here as well. Okay, so I'll just render the frame 60. Okay, there we go, you got some glow happening there as well. Okay, this is 15 minutes into the tutorial almost, so we'll just end this part here, but that's just how you get the rocket texture to appear like it's getting hot. And you can change those parameters so it happens over a longer time or whatever you want to do. Okay, so I'll move on to the next tutorial, which will be the particle emitter.